Welcome back to the Film Bunker. This week we're talking about Flippin' franchise frenzy. Starting straight off with Avengers Infinity War. Stick around. So this week on the Film Bunker we're going to talk about franchises in cinema. We've got a few big ones just around the corner. It's coming up to blockbuster season, so we've got Avengers Infinity War, Solo, then Predator and Aquaman rounding out the year. But there's a couple of other ones on the horizon. James Cameron's finally getting around to filming his Avatar series, and also Alien and Terminator has the rights have reverted back to James Cameron, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Let's talk about the big one though, Infinity War.
Okay, I'm just going to come out and say this. I hate the whole thing. I can't stand it.
All right.
It's terrible.
Thanks for tuning in this week, and
and see you, bye.
I'll be a good sport for the episode, but just by
there goes all our Marvel fans. All right, well, I mean, I guess the biggest hot topic right now is who's going to finally kick the bucket. If you look at the bill for this film, it's massive. I mean,
how do they
it's
expect
like
to make
20 AAA actors on there. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna topple $1 billion, sure.
I think that the only way they're gonna make money is because they've spent 10 years building up to it.
That's true.
And everybody really just wants to see that last battle.
Well, the problem is it's not going to be the last battle because
there's
not just that, but there's already announced sequels for half the superheroes on the thing, so they're not going anywhere. The world's not going to end because they've got to have sequels, you know.
So if you're going to pick 3 actors or 3 characters out of the current cinematic universe for Marvel, who do you reckon's going to kick it?
Who's going to die?
Yeah.
Who do I want to die? Who's going to die?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Who do you want to die to start with?
Thor.
Ooh.
I'd love to get rid of the whole, who else? I want everyone from Guardians of the Galaxy to stay alive because I really enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy. I really love that franchise.
That's the tick the box list.
Yeah.
They make it because they were fun.
Yeah.
Who we got here?
Who else? Definitely Captain America.
I think he's got to go.
Got to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But having said that though, as I'm not a massive Marvel fanboy, but I do appreciate, comic book movies and things like that, I still think Winter Soldier is their best one out of all the ones that they've done.
I'll take your word for it.
So, but yeah, I think his time in the sun is done.
It's just boring.
I think Stark is going to kick it.
Now look, they have to. They have to get rid of the big players in order to make room for the other really cool characters.
There's been a lot of talk about Iron Man, him dying off. Yeah, I don't want that to happen because I like Robert Downey Jr. But, I don't particularly like Iron Man, but I just enjoy watching.
It'd be somebody dying. It'd be a nice way to round off that first 10 years because he kicked it off. RDJ was the very first one out of those movies. So.
Now, I
think Vision might die, to be honest.
I think...
Because he's got the other stone.
I thought Strange had the stone.
Yes, but...
No?
Never, I won't say nothing about it.
No, go on, you can say.
I don't reckon he'll die.
I got $5 that Thanos is going to die.
I don't reckon he will either.
Not the first one.
Until the second one, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But the 3 characters I would love to see go would be Captain America, Iron Man, and then probably, I don't even care, a throwaway character. Just get rid of
Hawkeye. Sorry, man.
Just
we love bow and arrows and everything, but
can I just get, because you guys really enjoy that whole Marvel Universe thing, don't you?
We like superhero movies.
Enjoy it, I mean, like,
can you please explain why you enjoy it? Like, what's the obsession?
Because I read the books.
Okay, cool.
I think it's why I like Predator so much too. I just love characters.
Oh, but that's different though. This is my beef, right?
Okay,
so Predator is like
something cool
something crazy, something out there, but put into a real environment where the situation is very calamitous, like if something.
Yeah, but the Joker was done with that.
Yeah, and that's a DC. Love DC. Don't get me wrong, right? But like all the Marvel things, it's like, okay, we've got some big actor and he's being paid $30 million, and all of a sudden there's a big CG character, and it's like,
DC's not unguilty.
No, 100%. I love Chris Nolan. I'm just going to leave it.
Yeah,
right
we'll
there.
leave it at that. Chris, you've held it up for us so
You
far.
rock.
I think also though, because the comic books of Marvel weren't as child friendly as the movies are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were actually quite DC, very dark and very gloomy, and people actually died.
Let's really quickly touch on the directors, the Russo brothers. Do you think they've done a really good job bringing everybody together? Like, obviously they did Civil War. No, they didn't like Civil War.
I think they did an amazing job because it's not just them making the decisions, because they have to go, because it's already a named product.
Kevin Feige.
Exactly, you know what I mean?
Pleasing Disney, pleasing Marvel.
Exactly right.
And still trying to find
so
some
they
creative
go,
control.
okay, hey guys, check it out. We want to do this, this, and then they're like, yeah, no, we're going to do this, this, and this. Okay, but we don't want to do that, so let's do this, this. Okay, we'll do this, this, and then come to some awful middle ground. You know what I mean? Where, because I guarantee you, man, if they didn't have to worry about Disney or Marvel or anything like that, we would see a lot more characters go down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like the fights would be better. They'd be more like intense. You know what I mean? Like,
one thing I shouted out on Twitter the other day to Patty Jenkins, because Wonder Woman 2's in the works, and I said, when are you guys going to go back to practical effects? JJ's done it with Star Wars and it worked.
yeah.
George Miller did it with Mad Max Fury Road and it freaking rocked and got 6 Oscars.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so over so much CG in these comic book
That's exactly
movies.
what I was talking about.
So let's bring some realism back. All right, so moving right along, let's quickly touch on Star Wars, because that's obviously following straight after Avengers Infinity War. So Solo.
Oh.
New trailer released the other day. Looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks better. Look, okay, so the
I'll talk about it when I see it.
Yeah, so the thing is,
because I said the same thing about like
Rogue One. That's exactly what I was
and
gonna talk
also
about, so
the other one that they made that wasn't part of it. Wow, what was the other one?
Which one?
Was that?
That's it. Rogue One's been the first
that
of
was
the
it.
spin-offs.
Okay, yeah.
The thing is, like,
Professional, right?
the reason I'm really on the fence is because Rogue One, the trailer came out, and I looked at it and I went, that looks terrible. It looks the trailer.
And then it turned out to be one of the best
turned out
ones.
to be awesome, but the trailer made it look bad because at the end they cut the wrong part of the scene.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, if you haven't seen it by now,
no,
you shouldn't even
basically,
be breathing.
They picked a latter part of the scene to answer a question that was sort of, and it just
And that happened with the
terrible.
rewrites and the introduction of Tony Gilroy coming in and taking over directing
There you
duties.
go.
So,
Film Bunker, guys, you learn stuff.
episode 9.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be great. JJ.
Now, I know we've talked in previous episodes our thoughts on Last Jedi. For me, personally, damn, I do not envy you, JJ. You have a really tough job ahead of you.
But he's the guy. If you need something fixed, you
Yeah,
want a film
that's
fixed,
true.
he's the guy.
And look, the same thing happened with the Force Awakens. People loved it, or people thought, no, it's too much of episode 4, already done all over again. The best way I categorize that movie is it's like pulling out an old box from under your bed and it's got all your old toys from when you were a kid. It's like nostalgia.
Yeah.
And that's what he had to do to reignite the franchise.
Now that said though, I feel like you guys are saying he has a hard time like fixing it, but Ep8 sort of went in a new direction. So he has a clean slate.
Yeah, he could do. You know
what I mean? So
If I
he
was
can
JJ,
he can
like,
legit take
You're dying.
exactly, but he can take what has already been done and just build upon it in the way he does, and it's going to be great.
Now, one question I do have for you both, and it's been circling around on the internet now, I'd love to know your thoughts. Carrie Fisher. So the rumor is at the moment, and it is only a rumor, so not coming from the film bunker, this is just purely off the internet, that Meryl Streep is going to step in as Princess Leia. Do you think that they should do that, or leave her in a credit write-off, or how would they tackle Princess
Look,
Leia?
if you had to replace her with someone, I think Meryl Streep's probably your best bet. Mm-hmm. She doesn't look like her, but she's just
Got the acting
most
chops to do
flawless
it.
actress that ever lived, right? But no, I feel like she's kind of irreplaceable. You know what I mean?
But do you think it's also too much of an insult to just read in the opening crawl that Princess Leia's done?
No,
Like, how do you reckon they're going to tackle that?
just I don't know, just the way they did in Rogue One, have a CG face just before the
They've already
thing
said they're not going
explodes.
to do it.
What?
They've already said no CG.
Really? Okay.
Man, just okay. So, but at the same
Unless there's
F8,
enough footage that
in
Ryan's
episode 8,
already
they
shot.
replaced a lot of the characters because
Well, Greg Grumber wasn't in
the other people are really old or not alive. You know what
So
I mean? So it's as long as you continue the franchise, like I don't think, I mean, hardcore Star Wars fans are gonna be like, Carrie Fisher's not in, it's not even Star Wars. You know what I mean? But like as a professional, if she can do the job, by all means, girl, get it.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't be too perturbed if Meryl Streep stepped in for Leia.
I think as well as like Disney doing that whole female empowerment thing, I think they're really trying to push that. So I think like Meryl Streep is like the toughest, you know, as strong as they come as far as actresses.
And it'd be good to see Leia's story arc come full circle too, rather than just being written out in the credits.
But let's be realistic. The only reason everyone liked Leia in the first place was Slave Leia.
So we do not want to slave Meryl Streep.
So I mean, if any, like,
you're gonna have nightmares for this.
It's gonna, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why we're like, yeah, I can get behind Princess Leia. You know what I mean? Like, because think about it. Think about it. It's not that good of a character.
Look, this
is iconic.
Okay. When God rest her soul, Carrie left this world. For me, what I would have done as a filmmaker, I would have done a whole switcheroo on the ending there, and instead of having Luke be the Force ghost on the Salt Planet and hold them off, I would have kept Carrie in a coma state,
right?
And she project herself from the coma state to protect them, and then she absorbed into the Force because she was already so weak from being in a coma.
And then not only that,
it'd been a beautiful way to write her out.
Kylo Ren's character would have had much more hatred if he had
you could have CG'd her then because she was a Force.
You know what I mean?
Projection.
Just remind me again. Is she still in the coma?
She flies off in the Falcon at the end, fully awake.
She's awake.
All good. So poor old JJ sitting there going, "This is gonna be hard."
It blows up.
All right, moving right along.
Moving on.
Marvel's opposer, DC. So we've had Justice League. We've had all the turmoil of that.
What are they doing now?
Everything awesome.
I mean, the latest reports are that Zack was actually fired from Justice League. But anyway,
neither here nor there.
Putting all that under the bridge, Aquaman comes out at the end of the year, helmed by James Wan. Woohoo! Pretty excited.
He's gonna kill it. He's gonna friggin' smash that.
You put him in anything, it's a winner.
Right.
And combined with James, he's a good director. I really liked his Conjuring and his Saw movies and all that. It's
gonna be a cool, really cool.
Latest reports are that they're in the middle of doing reshoots. They've introduced a new character, Dr. Shin, not Dr. Elbow. Sorry.
He's here all week, folks. Be sure to tip your waitress.
And he's actually a well-known DC comic book character who had a bit of a tiff or a bit of a row with Arthur Curry. So it's going to be interesting to see where they're going with that. So maybe they just weren't really happy with the ending of Aquaman and they need to sort of rejiggle that. But early test screenings are being very, very positive. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Then moving right along to Wonder Woman 2.
I know you're excited for that.
I just like Gal Gadot.
Who doesn't?
I know.
Most interesting choice, though, for that particular movie is Wonder Woman's main opposer in the comic books is Cheetah, and it's being cast as Kristen Wiig.
I have no idea who that is.
The comedian from, like, Bridesmaids and all that kind of stuff.
What?
Yeah. Weird choice.
Wow, okay.
But then again, obviously... You know, in cinematic past, we've been...
Right.
Comedic actors always bring the best gravitas to roles.
Yeah.
Because comedy's probably one of the hardest things to act.
Yeah, but I don't really see...
Well, it's going to go one of two ways. She's going to absolutely smash it, knock it out
it's
of
gonna
the
be
park.
It's either going to be a Heath Ledger where everyone went, ooh, no, and then they came out and everyone went, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be like...
just they're going to recast. You know?
That's a weird choice.
And then, last but not least, in the DC universe, what are our thoughts on the direction of The Batman? So, whole new trilogy directed by Matt Reeves, the director of the
Have they
Planet
cast
of the Apes. Well, it's still on the scales as to whether he's going to go ahead with that or not. Ben's sort of, yes, I am, but then other reports are saying no, he wants out.
I better check in an audition video then, hey. Chicken McNugget.
But see, the other thing is then the film that's supposed to follow that is the Flash's own singular movie.
Man, it's
and it's going to be based off the comic book Flashpoint. Thank you very much. Which resets the whole thing, so then they could bring in a whole new Batman.
And if you guys have not seen that or read that, like, do yourselves a favor, check it out.
Flashpoint.
It's unreal.
Yeah. Basic storyline is that Bruce Wayne actually dies and Thomas Wayne becomes Batman. Very cool. So yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see where they go with the Batman and a whole new trilogy. I'd love to see them not do the Joker for once.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the Joker, don't get me wrong, but it'd be nice to see some of the other great DC villains come to life.
Like Croc. Croc would be cool.
A good version of Croc.
Yeah, I was
Sorry,
say,
Squad.
Yeah, you guys didn't do very well, man.
Makeup was good, but...
Makeup was great, yeah, but the execution of such was terrible. Or like some Hugo Strange.
Hey.
That would be cool, man. The Black Mask.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Black Mask, hell yeah.
Or even what's his name?
Well, Matt Reeves wants to go...
Not Deadpool.
Deathstroke.
Thank you. Oh my goodness gracious. Deathstroke.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Deathstroke would be amazing. With the mask and everything.
No.
Joe Manigliano.
Mane Bennett.
Yeah, that character.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And not only that, but I think with this, because every movie that I've seen with, actually, except for the kid ones, the really terrible ones, nobody has explored Gotham much.
Yeah, I'd like to see Gotham as a character. I'd like to see Gotham,
to
life.
Yeah, man. I'd like to see Batman stalking people instead of just beating people.
Matt Reeves has said that he wants to make it a very noir piece.
Yeah,
more
cool.
Detective Batman,
very cool.
So that's cool. Last but not least, with the DC universe, the terrible ones. So Squad 2 is definitely going ahead.
What?
Yeah.
So Will Smith in a bad movie. Will Smith, thank you for making that movie good.
And then Gotham City Sirens. So David Ayer, who did Suicide Squad, the first one, is doing a Harley, Poison Ivy, Catwoman movie.
Guys, don't mess that up.
Don't screw it up.
Don't mess that up for me. Because I'll tell you what, when I was a kid, I loved those women. Shut up. But yeah, I'm really...
That was his Poison Ivy.
Yeah, I got Poison Ivy. Felt like it.
Okay.
I'm very, very excited for those.
My favorite franchise, Predator.
Mm-hmm.
So Boyd Holbrook's taking the reins as the lead. So he was in Logan as the henchman.
Yep.
He's a
brilliant actor. Man.
So just before shooting this, our director informed us that it has gone into reshoots and that the whole third act is being changed up. So that's interesting. Considering that for forever, 20th Century Fox was pining for Shane Black to write and direct this one, and his stipulation was that he had complete creative control. So it'd be interesting to see what happens out of that.
Especially following the latest one. You know what I mean? That was really cool.
I didn't mind the Predators.
I love the two versions. There was like the newer one, the more evolved one, and then like the old school one, and like.
I just felt like there was a few bad casting choices. That was the only problem I had with Predator.
You know what I'd like to see them do with Predator? I'd love to see them do a period piece Predator. Like World War One.
Yeah, well, they always insinuate that like the Captain Cook thing in Predator 2 and then in the Predators at the end of it he finds that artifact or something.
Or maybe just get away from anything that looks like Earth.
Yeah.
I want to see a Predator. I want to see a toddler, a tyke.
A little Predator.
A little Predadite, if you will.
Oh, isn't he so cute?
Oh, God.
Predadite.
It's like every parent is always like, "Isn't my son so cute?" And then everyone's thinking in their head, "No."
Isn't my son so cute?
That's one ugly mother. Beep.
Cute,
So,
yeah.
so I'm very, very excited to see where that goes, and I hope that we see more of that, more of the Predator War.
Now, some really exciting news. This in cinema is that the rights to Terminator have finally reverted to James Cameron.
James Cameron.
There is a God.
So, look, I love that franchise to pieces, and they went so wrong with it for so long. I don't know how you could go so wrong with such a great franchise.
Well, think about it, man. Think about it, because it was very upfront in the beginning. But then that's when technology started evolving after the second one.
Yeah, I suppose.
And so they were like, hey, look at what we can do. Let's add something so that we can showcase something cool. But then it turned out, like, not good.
Yeah. You're too busy preoccupied with whether you can.
Right.
You didn't ask whether you should.
Exactly.
But Jonathan Mostow doing the third one. If you in the first couple of minutes, there's a scene where there's a whole bunch of Terminators walking down that big assembly line, and they're sort of and it's just a memory of John Connors. Just listen to the sound. It sounds awful. It's like beep 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 beep.
Yeah, you did say that a couple
Terrible.
episodes ago. Yeah, sound design is a big important role in film. So, look, I mean, if they did reignite the franchise, do you think Arnie should return?
100%.
Yeah,
Maybe I'd love to see him not as a Terminator.
yeah.
I'd love to just see him like a Stan Lee type of thing.
Maybe he can be the original model that they put it in the future. Finally show us the fight.
Yeah, that would be cool, man.
That opening sequence from the very first movie with the thing rolling over the skull. Start from there and just do the whole movie in the future.
That'd be excellent, man. Yeah. And he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like the Prime Minister. He's just like, you know, he's just the Hitler of that time. We were made in his image. Image. It's spelled differently, so it's image.
Yeah, I mean that'd be cool.
They kind of visited that in.
You have Predator dogs.
I think they kind of visited that in number 3.
Wait, what?
where
I said Predator dogs. Oh wait, sorry, Terminator dogs.
Dude, Predator dogs would be awesome. That would be terrifying.
Predators had predator dogs.
Oh,
they did.
They
Yeah,
did.
they did.
Yeah. They weren't terrifying. No.
No,
that concept
no.
artist got fired pretty quick.
No, they were not pets of the predators. That was a completely different alien to be hunted. There was
They
two.
just happened to train them up.
There was 2 games.
They had their tracking dogs.
Yeah, they did. They had the weird doggy things.
Those weird dogs that they sent to track them.
Yeah, they did.
Remember?
And they had like awful spines.
And
It
they-
just
Oh,
looked really
yeah, the
bad.
spiny
Yeah.
thing.
Just quickly back on Terminator. Yeah. So
Terminator.
I don't know if you guys saw all the behind the scenes from episode 3, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines.
I tried to forget that movie, so no.
Well, so basically there was a scene that they cut out, and you know the big fella from the Green Mile, what was his name? The big.
Oh, Michael Clark
Michael
Duncan.
Duncan.
Yeah. So
Rest
he
his
was
soul.
actually Sergeant Candy in Terminator 3, and they cut it out. And basically, he's like walking along, and they've got the camera sort of following him. He's looking at the camera. He's like, "Ha, I'm Sergeant Candy," blah blah. And then it cuts to this boardroom, and then one of the producer guys goes sort of like, "I don't like that voice," and there's like, "Well, we can change it," and it's because it's actually like Arnie with that Sergeant Candy voice.
So
that's how he ends up getting his sort of Austrian accent.
That's okay. That's not too bad. Speaking of James Cameron, so Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 256.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the first one. I did like Avatar.
It was cool.
I don't care
It was
how much
very
they think it's Ferngully meets Pocahontas. I liked it. So.
Okay. Those were 2 phenomenal movies.
As
So
well.
thank you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you can make a film that's sort of along the same, because there's natives and there's some pretty stuff.
Well,
Like-
one thing that I'm looking forward to with the Avatar franchise is that like when you do groundbreaking stuff, it's always like it becomes kind of the go-to thing.
Yeah,
for,
like that was the best
so-
3D anybody ever
Well,
saw.
okay,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
the actual cameras and setup that they had already plotted the 3D environment. They had a giant green sort of area, and the camera showed, in a very low resolution, it showed James Cameron, as the camera was moving around, what the environment would look like around the characters.
Oh, that's cool.
So now they're actually experimenting with underwater shooting of the same sort of weird...
Yeah,
you know.
nice.
So once again,
Wow,
James
that's
Cameron's
cool.
like, okay, look, great. If I give everyone a Smurf movie again, they're gonna complain. But if I throw them some new technology and stuff like that, everyone's gonna get on board. Us filmmakers will have copies of what he's doing by the end of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's one of the things that why it takes like 12 years to bring a movie out is because he spends all his time investing in new technologies. It's very cool.
And along the movie lines, I'm very interested to see the world and where because we only saw a piece
of Pandora.
Pandora. What they say? Like in the first one, they said it's like X amount of times bigger than Earth.
Yeah, and there's layers, so there's underground and there's water. Like you
see him fly to like 4 or 5 different colonies and be like, "Come with me and fight," and that was it.
How's he go?
Come with me and fight.
I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on the big pterodactyl thing. Let's do this.
To wrap up this episode, what franchise has gone by the dust and you would like to see come back?
Alien.
Is it gone by the dust because it's just so terrible?
Shut up, Karen.
Flash forward.
What? Oh, the TV series.
TV series. Flash. Oh, either that or Earth 2. Did you guys ever see Earth 2?
No.
It never finished.
I don't want to know.
It came to...
I'd like to see New Stargate.
Okay, hold the phone. There is a Stargate Origin thing going on at the moment. Not a fan.
Yeah, okay.
But Earth 2, it actually...
Wait, TV series or movie?
No, it's a TV series, I think.
That's what I mean, like a movie I'm talking about.
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm not a movie.
Do you think they should do another Back to the Future?
No.
Or leave that where it is?
Leave it.
Good. Yeah, I agree.
I would really love to see another Constantine movie.
Oh,
nice choice. That's cool.
Okay.
I'd really be interested to see one of those.
There you go. Well, that's our thoughts this week on franchises and the upcoming Avengers Infinity War. We'd love to know your thoughts, so drop in the comments below. And as always, like,
comment,
and subscribe.
We'll see you next time.
What about a Passion? What about a Passion of the Christ?
We stop at the bread. Passion of the Christ. It starts out in the like Middle East and everything. It's just like
he will return.
No. So
at the end of the credits, Jesus will return.
Family Guy did do it.
In the year 33 A.D.
The Messiah! He's gone! Where did he go? Hang on!
Man, you crazy, Jesus! You crazy!
That's what my ex-wife said.
Oh, the Son of God! You sure are a son of a...
Chris Tucker and Jim Caviezel? Is that it? The guy from the first one? Passion of the Christ 2. Crucify this.
You know how to use one of these?
You know how to use one of these?
This July, let he who is without sin kick the first ass.